In the last issue of Biotech Frontiers, we talked about the two most important scientific breakthroughs from the 1970s that really, in some ways, created the biotech industry. The biotech industry today, as we know it, was built on the back, principally, of two very, very important Nobel Prizes. There was a Nobel Prize awarded to Dr. Paul Berg at Stanford for the discovery of recombinant DNA, which really was the first sort of effort to, or the first proof point that genes could be engineered, with human design. There was another Nobel Prize awarded for the discovery or creation of monoclonal antibodies. And in that issue, we talk about how something like 5 or 6 of the top 10 selling medicines in the world today, including Keytruda, which is Merck's cancer drug, $29 billion a year in revenue, were built effectively on the basis of monoclonal antibodies. And Regeneron is a company whose franchise is really very heavily built on its command of innovative antibodies. That is very much a monoclonal antibody byproduct. So when you talk about Regeneron, you talk about a principal beneficiary of that first wave of innovation in life sciences. And what we lay out in Biotech Frontiers is, in the same way that the first big era in biotech was driven by two Nobel Prizes, the Nobel Prize for recombinant DNA, the Nobel Prize for monoclonal antibodies, in the past 15 years, there have been 3 interrelated Nobel Prizes. One of them, a Nobel Prize for RNA interference and siRNA. Porter, that is Alnylam. Alnylam is the leading public company that is capitalizing on or building on RNA interference and siRNA. The second is the kind of Nobel Prize associated with the CRISPR-Cas9 system and the application of CRISPR-Cas9 to precision genetic editing. And the final one is the Nobel Prize that was recently awarded, I believe it was last year or the year before, for the application of messenger RNA and mRNA technology to genetic editing and to medicine, which is really, what enabled the COVID vaccines, but not just the COVID vaccines, and now enabling things like cancer vaccines and a whole new array of medical innovation. So this is a long-winded way of saying, I think you are exactly right. I think that there was a small number of 100-bagger and sort of 250-bagger companies that came out of biotech and that seized and ran with that first wave of innovation in life sciences. And I think that we are now at a tipping point moment scientifically in biotech, where you've had these 3 overlapping innovations that are going to create revolutionary new kind of applications and pathways in medicines, and will ultimately kind of create trillions of dollars of value. And that happens to coincide with a moment financially where you can buy these companies for next to nothing.
There's a reason why the world's best informed investors read my daily journal. Subscribe for free at portersjournal.com.